Hey everyone, welcome back to Build with UK. Today, we're diving into a fundamental concept in programming that will make your coding life so much easier: loops. If you've ever found yourself repeating the same code over and over again, then this video is for you. A loop is a sequence of instructions that is continually repeated until a certain condition is met. In simpler terms, loops allow us to execute the same block of code multiple times, which is incredibly useful for tasks like processing data, iterating through lists, or automating repetitive tasks. Imagine you're running a business and you need to send a thank you email to 100 customers. Instead of writing 100 separate emails, you can write a loop that sends the same email to all customers. This not only saves time but also reduces the chance of errors. This looks very simply, but there can be two scenarios. Sometimes we know when to stop a loop, and sometimes we do not know. Rather, we know the condition when the loop needs to be stopped. Understand like this: you are sending mail to the customers for your business. You need to know by when. Maybe until your budget runs out. This means that the budget might run out even when you reach out to half of your customers. Or maybe until you have sent out the mail to all the customers. Here you need to know the exact number of your customers to send out the mail. So, in the first scenario we use a loop structure called while loop. In the while loop you need to know the condition when the loop will send but not precisely how many times it will execute. In the second scenario we have another loop type known as for loop. In the for loop, we know exactly how many times the loop will execute. In our example we know how many customers we have and hence how many iterations. Now that you know what the loops are, we need to know how a loop works. Any loop needs to know when to stop the execution. So, after initiating the loop must know when to end the loop. Referring to our previous example, imagine your assistant sending out mails throughout his life. Nope, that's not what we want. We want to know when to stop sending mail. This could be when the budget runs out, or we have enough customers, or maybe the campaign expires. So, the point to remember is that we need to know when to stop the loop. So far we have seen how to start a loop and how to end a loop. But there can be scenarios where you want to stop the loop from executing. Say for instance during your marketing campaign you don't like the response of your customers, and hence you ask your assistant to stop immediately. This is where break keyword comes into play. With the break keyword you can stop the loop execution immediately. This gives the programmer control over execution of the loop to stop it immediately. Finally, what happens if you do not terminate the loop? Imagine your assistant sending emails without any stop. What is going to do here? Your budget may run out, or maybe your customers are flooded with mails. Just like that, to avoid this, always make sure your loop has a clear end condition. Also, try to keep your loops simple and avoid too many nested loops, as they can make your code hard to read and maintain. So, that's the basics of loops in programming. Loops are an essential tool that can save you time and make your code more efficient. Whether you're iterating over a list or running a set of instructions multiple times, loops are your go-to solution. We did not look at the code right now, but code is easy when you know